Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Slick Muffin. I'm back again with the video, and thank you to Arcane Shadow Fog on Twitter who tweeted me this link, and this has been getting a lot of attention in the last few hours. It is a rumor, and I would like to say, as always, you do have to be very careful with these kind of things, because this is somebody claiming they've seen the movie. We're 3 months out. I would like to think that this is not entirely unlikely in the fact that they've not been super tight on people seeing the movie. The full cut of the movie has been finished since August or so, or the rough cut of the movie was finished since August, sorry. So this movie's done. Don't get the wrong idea. I mean, the movie is done, and it's definitely sitting in a hard drive somewhere, just waiting to be seen, which really makes me anxious. But anyway, this is a review. It's from somebody named Violating NDA, who clearly made this account, non-disclosure agreement, by the way. So basically, he made this account just to release this. There's a lot of people going on. Oh, a lot of bad words. Not going to go down there. Okay, so let's just read this, and then I'll give my thoughts on it, not only the review itself, and then maybe discuss if it's real or fake, because you do have to be very careful with these things. There's no doubt people have seen the movie, so you cannot say that this is like, oh, totally BS, unless there's information otherwise that confirms it, that this guy's, full of crap, basically. But it's going to be really hard to tell. So without further ado, you've probably been reading a lot of it already. Let's get right into it. Let's read it together. Hey DC, see you, whatever. Okay, I'm using a throwaway account for obvious reasons, but I saw the movie last night. I use a website for advanced screenings, and I got tickets for a mystery film, and it turned out to be Batman v Superman. So basically, he's somebody that tests the movie. I think people, or like they do like advanced screenings and stuff like that. You can get mystery tickets, stuff like that. The movie was very long. As long as The Force Awakens, if I were to make a comparison. It didn't drag, though. Every minute of the film was used effectively. The Force Awakens was not that long. It was 2 hours and 16 minutes. I consider a long movie like The Dark Knight Rises, looking at the 240s. That's my personal opinion. So I don't think that's very long. But, I mean, that's lengthy. I mean, I guess, like, animated movies, like an hour and a half. Okay, I'm rambling. Performances were all great. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor is way more complex than the trailers show. By the end of the film, you will hate him. But at the same time, you can't help admire how capable the guy is. Ben Affleck as Batman or Bruce Wayne is definitely the stand-up performance. I was surprised, scared how different he became when he put the mask on. The Batman will come across as a villain to some viewers. He enjoys inflicting pain on criminals. There was a scene where he was branding a criminal and had the biggest smile on his face. I don't know how fans will react to that, but I felt like it worked for this version of the character. To me, that's weird because, Batman doesn't... okay, this is definitely a red flag for me. And I don't think that Batman is smiling while branding a criminal. I just don't think that's in the movie. I really don't. Batman will come across as a villain to some viewers. I believe that part. He enjoys inflicting pain on criminals. I can see that kind of. There was a scene where he was branding a criminal and had the biggest smile on his face. I don't know about that. That's very, very weird to me. But I felt like it worked. Okay, whatever. Everyone else is great too. Even the supporting characters played by Jenna Malone and Scoot Nagari, who the hell that is. So it turns out, according to this guy, Jenna Malone is indeed Barbara Gordon, which hypes me up. If you guys know, she's my favorite Bat Family character, or whatever you'd like to call it. She's my favorite character in all the Batman universe, really. So she doesn't have much screen time, but she does make a Killing Joke reference about an amusement park incident involving her now retired father. So that's different as well. People have been saying that Jim Gordon's dead. It turns out that he's just retired here. And of course, Bruce Wayne is quite old, so Jim Gordon is even older. So you can kind of imagine that that makes sense. Scoot is playing Jimmy Olsen, who wasn't injured during the events of Man of Steel. He does not blame Superman like others. Okay, so moving on. The third act was mind-blowing. The Doomsday reveal in the trailer is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of action, and I loved every moment of it. The first and second acts of Batman v Superman parts of the movie, wait. The first and second acts are the Batman v Superman. Okay, sorry, read that wrong. While the third act is entirely Dawn of Justice. You will see a fully assembled JLA by the end of the film. All in all, Batman v Superman is the greatest comic book movie since The Dark Knight, and I can't wait to see it again come March. If anyone has any questions, I'll be glad to answer. So, to me, what is a red flag immediately for me is this scene where Batman has a smile on his face. I really hope that's not in the movie, and if this is a legit review, that's not Batman. Batman's not like that. Batman doesn't necessarily, at least in the interpretations I've seen, enjoy fighting crime. It's definitely his responsibility that he feels he's obliged to do. However, a smile on his face, branding, I don't buy that, and that's my biggest red flag. Is I don't think that's in the movie. So in that sense, I don't think that this is actually a real review. Meanwhile, again, more evidence that I don't think this is necessarily real is that he's really reinstating everything that we know from the trailer. He doesn't say anything new. The only thing new he says is Jenna Malone as Barbara Gordon, which we've been speculating and is pretty much confirmed at this point, because who else would she play? And he says very generic things, like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor is more complex. I mean, like, that's so generic. By the end of the movie, you'll hate him. I mean, he's the villain of the movie, so isn't that kind of obvious? Ben Affleck is a standout performance. I don't buy this. That's just me. I understand some of you will disagree. This is my first time reading it through with you guys. I've not read it in full before making this video. Certainly, this could be real. I cannot disband it. I'm not just saying that I don't think it's real just because it's short, but to me it's just like he's reinstating all we know from the trailer. The movie was long as The Force Awakens. Like, that's very generic. It didn't drag though. I mean, what does that mean? It doesn't drag. So yeah, to me, every minute of the film is used effectively. To me, I feel like somebody could write this without watching the movie. I feel like I could write this review, and I'm not even saying from the perspective of like, you making something up. I'm just saying, like, you could not watch this film and write something as generic as this. The movie was long, not too long. The performances were great. Ben Affleck was a standout character. Batgirl's in it. Like, I mean, that's just very, very broad and general. So I'm not buying it. I think that he would go into more detail about Doomsday. Doomsday is just the tip of the iceberg. I think this is a fan that's trying to build up hype for the movie. Honestly, that's just my personal view. I have no doubts that this movie will be good, even though, well, okay, that's wrong. I do have doubts the movie will be good, but I would not be surprised if the movie is good. I don't think this is an actual review. I don't think this guy saw the movie. So that's just my honest review. Let's read some of the comments. We got some pretty, I don't think you're a liar, you are genuine, but could you get some kind of verification, like the shot of the ticket or something like that? Sorry for the quit. I screenshotted the confirmation email. Go Phobo screening. Your name has been added to the mystery film from Warner Brothers. Okay, this guy's got some stuff. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not saying. LexCorp is basically. Okay. So he has the spoilers in highlight. Should we look at the spoiler? I forgot to talk about the whole Lex OS subplot. I feel like the movie could have been fine without it because it doesn't connect to Doomsday at all. It's basically thrown into the plot. Okay, so here's the spoiler. Spoiler alert. LexCorp is basically developing worldwide drone systems to protect against alien invasion. This is fierce opposition. This makes sense because Zack Snyder has frequently talked about Lex Luthor's plan to protect the Earth, or to kind of protect mankind. That's his view of protecting mankind. In that sense, he's not necessarily a villain. He believes that humans should always be in control of powerful weapons such as drones, which is, of course, the main reason he's opposed to Superman, is that he believes, mankind should be in control of Superman, and he's too powerful to be stopped, etc. Depending on which interpretation of Superman you're seeing. Is he already GL or still civilian? What the hell does that mean? Okay, I don't know what GL means. No, I don't believe. Let's see. Okay, I don't know why. The word kryptonite is used from Lex's lab. It's very cool because they hurt him, never knew. Wonder Woman stabbed him in the chest and what? Whoa. Okay, hold up. Thank God for that. How do they end up defeating Doomsday? Do they ever explain that he would just keep coming back like in the comics, or is he just killed? Any badass moments with him? His response is they used a kryptonite ray from Lex's lab. It was cool because everywhere they hurt him, a new layer of spikes would form on top. What? Wonder Woman stabbed him in the chest. He pulls it out and then grows a chest guard. What the? Are you shitting me? Okay, this is getting weirder and weirder. Okay, let's see. I've seen this movie. Okay, will it shut people who... Okay, is Lex Luthor acting as Superman's handler in the film? He says, yes, the whole movie deals with it. But Supes has an image problem with the government. Lex is well liked by everybody. Okay, so that's understandable. Again, he's saying a lot of things that I don't feel like... The only thing that's really convincing about what he says is the whole LexCorp OS. I mean, you'd have to really think to make stuff up, but everything else is very generic. But he's provided a picture, which very well could be photoshopped. I'm 50-50 on this. Initially reading this, I'm just experiencing this with you guys for the first time. Initially, I was like, this guy's BS. But as I'm reading more, he's going into depth about things that I feel like would be very subordinate if he were to actually spend time making this up. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, this is 50-50. Let me know what you guys think. He loved the movie. Does Lex go bald? Kryptonite poisoning. Okay, again, that's something that we've been predicting. Last question. Do we see Flash? And if you can describe his guy. I think that he's going to be just a blur. Let's see what he says. You definitely see the Flash. He helped stop the drones at the end. His costume, from what I can infer, is made from the same material as Superman costume. He has armor plates on it. Okay, so he's more than just a cameo, according to this guy. Okay, how did you like Gal Gadot as Deanna? How big of a role does she play? Thanks. She's seen throughout the film and is known as the what the fuck? Okay, she is against Lex OS and is trying to, such as Bruce. Gal Gadot is believable and beautiful, Deanna Prince, right? Every line she says is backed with a sense of sincerity and purity, but also cared with delight. So that also discredits the idea that Gal Gadot, or rather Wonder Woman as a whole, is only shoehorned at the end of the movie. I don't know, guys. I'm not going to go through any of these comments. Does it end in a cliffhanger, something big into the JLA films, or does it just end with them forming the Justice League? No cliffhanger. Films end with the JL members knowing about each other and agreeing to work together again if anything bad happens like this. Batman was reluctant, though. Lex goes to trial, but most likely won't be found guilty because he has the people on his side. Okay, that makes sense. I'm 50-50, guys. I'm not going to say anything more. I just want to leave you there. I'm 50-50. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did this guy actually see the movie? And if so, do you like the way it turned out? He says positive reviews. He says it's one of the best comic book movies he's ever seen. So, yeah, I'm just not going to ramble on anymore. I could ramble on about this for ages. We can talk about it in the comments. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next one.